I don't want to meet nobody else who I'm a blessing to, but instead they're a lesson to me. I don't want to run into no.
I really need to give her an offering because it's on point 100%. I ain't got no time for nobody else. There's no lesson. I ain't gotta be going through nothing to get no blessings. We not doing any of that struggle, nothing no more. And I really thought about this. I think it was yesterday. I was at a particular location, and it wasn't a gentleman there. He looked kind of nice looking gentleman. I was like, oh, goodness. But then I thought in my mind, I said, based on the location over here, I said he probably married or got a woman at home. Said, first thing came to my mind. And if you know, you know. If you're part of the culture, you know. God ain't gonna send you nobody else's husband. That's the first thing that came on my mind. Then I started thinking, because I overthink. It's just what I do. It's my profession. Part time overthink. I started thinking, I said, you know what? We use that excuse a lot that God sent us this person, or the devil sent us this person, the devil sent this person into my life. Or if sometimes you in a relationship and things is not going how you want it to go, and then you're like, well, you know, I know God sent this person, why are things not going right and all of that. Sometimes we just pick up stuff and we just go with it, and then we want to blame it on God, the devil, and everything else that's going on around us. But if we really be honest, it was really you. It was just what you wanted to do. The same way, if we be honest with ourselves and stop being delusional. If you see somebody and this person does not fit your characteristics, let's say you like a certain skin color, you like a certain like you like a certain body type, you like, you know, a certain person that dresses a certain way or something like that, you might not know anything else about this person. But if they don't have those characteristics off the bat, you're just like, nah, I'm good, you know. Or you may friend zone somebody that you know everything is kind of good with this person, you know, they life, but they might not have a few of those boxes that you want checked that I just mentioned, and you be like, nah. So you kind of keep them over there to the side. You know they interested in you, but you kind of friends on that person because they don't have all your boxes checked. And then we may accept a person into our life that may check a few boxes. Maybe they look a certain way, or maybe they drive a certain type of car, something like that, that interests us, but it's really not in depth. And then we go ahead and accept that person into our life, and then 2 years later we wonder why the devil sent them. Or maybe a situation like this person is, you heard about them, like, you know, you know some things about them in the streets that you've heard, and you kind of overlooking all that because all these other things that's glistening and it's shining and it's looking real green over there on the other side of the fence because of a few characteristics that you like, that they have, and you're willing to like glaze over everything else that you know about this person, or that you heard about this person, because of a few characteristics that you like. And we do that continuously, and then we come back crying about the devil sent this person, or, you know, why would God let this happen to me, and all this kind of stuff, when it was really just you kind of going with your move and doing what you wanted to do. A lot of times we may have like a little sign in the beginning, like you'll get a feeling, you'll get a vibe, like, I don't think so. Like, oh, you know, the first couple conversations be kind of like rough or weird, or that first date is kind of like not going as smooth as it should go. Then the second, you know, he's like, oh, I'm gonna try again. You know, then you try 2 and 3 more times, and everything is still not lining up. The vibe is still not right, but you still trying because it's certain things that you were looking at or that you're desiring, and it's just those particular boxes. Instead of looking at the situation as a whole, me and this person are not compatible as a whole, I'm gonna go ahead and trust, you know, what I heard or what I believe or what I know. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, it's gonna be different from me. A lot of people thought it was gonna be different for them, and it ended up in a bad situation. So like she said, no more time for no more lessons. Like, we ain't got no time for that, especially like how this world is going this day and age, how our culture is going. We don't have no time for no more lessons. Be wise. Trust your own instincts. Know that if something is for you, it's gonna give you a peace. Know that if something is for you, even if something may be a little, you know, kind of a little rough, maybe the first encounter, maybe a little bit of the second encounter, but you're going to get a peace when something is for you. You don't have to wonder about things that are for you. You know, sometimes we may hold back a little bit at first just because we want to make sure that we are trusting ourselves, and that we are not just open up and like, woo, you know, I love you when you just met somebody. You don't want to be doing all that weirdo stuff, but you really have to trust yourself. Trust if something is not right. Don't be concerned about nobody's feelings. I'm gonna hurt their feelings if I turn them down. Well, your feelings gonna be hurt if you end up if you end up used, abused, and everything else down the road. So just trust yourself more. Material things and outer things, those things are important. We are all allowed our types and this, that, and the third. We are allowed those things. We can have preferences, but don't overlook character based on a few preferences. Don't overlook character and honesty and genuineness and all those things based on some real superficial stuff. At the end of the day, you got to be able to get along with that person. You got to be able to look at them. If it's long term, you got to be able to wake up next to this person. So that's understandable. I understand preferences, but don't go so deep down the superficial lane that you miss the stuff that's most important, and it's going to be lifelong. So those characteristics is usually not nothing you're going to see on the outside. Those are on the inside. So when you find somebody bearing those characteristics, you might want to go ahead and plant your feet in. That's when you tell yourself, God sent them. So that's all. No more lessons. We're not doing no lessons in 2025 regarding the relationships and friendships too, and jobs and everything else. All that's the same. All that's apply. No more lessons.